Good evening.
And welcome to the award show for the announcement of the winner to the Journey to the Secret Word for our Alaskan vlogs.
Yeah, for the Koningsdam edition.
Yes, we had 90 correct entries this time.
Wow, guys, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for watching the video, and everybody did a great job finding the letters. I know some of you were frustrated. There were some hard ones, so we're going to talk about those in a second.
We did have a few challenges this time, didn't we?
But yeah, we definitely wanted to say thank you to everybody that entered and went through all that work. And yeah, we're just overwhelmed, and it's heartwarming to see the engagement from everybody and all the little comments along the way. Not only just that, but the detail you got into, even time signatures some people have.
Crazy.
Yeah, so we are actually on the road going to another cruise to do another edition of Journey to the Secret Word.
Yeah, so we're actually filming this from our hotel room in Saginaw. We're at the Hampton Inn.
Yes, we are having snacks and filming our winner tonight. We wanted to make sure we got this out before we went on the next cruise. So everybody's had a week to submit. And so first we're going to go through where all the letters were hidden. I know that 90 of you know where they are, but some of you may want to go back. Or there's a little bit of backstory to some of these letters that you don't see in the editing. And we're going to show you a little bit of that today as well.
Oh, you're going to do a little behind the scenes talk.
A little bit behind the scenes of Journey to the Secret Word. And if you haven't ever played Journey to the Secret Word, you can watch this and see what it's all about and get some hints so that next time on the next cruise, you'll know what you're looking for.
Right.
So the first one on day one was Embarkation Day.
And the letter was the red letter A.
Yes, and that was hidden in the library.
Ooh, my favorite place on the Koningsdam, the Rotterdam, New Stondam. They're starting to put it on all of the Holland America cruise ships, so I'm quite excited about that.
It was sitting next to a book called The Narrow Boat Summer. But what you don't know, the backstory to this letter, is that we walked into that library. One of the first things we did on the ship, at the very end of the night, we realized that we forgot to hide the letter.
Hide it.
Our first day, we were so excited on board, we didn't hide it. So literally at like midnight, we snuck back down to the library. Nobody was there, and we filmed it like we had just shown up for the first time. So
that's right.
That's the magic of editing right there. So it looked seamless like we had done it earlier the day, but we really did it right before we went to bed. I think actually we might have actually had to get dressed and get back out on the ship and do it.
We did.
Yeah.
So we had to change out of our evening gear back into our day gear to go and do that.
So there you go. So that was day one. So
that's because our memory's that bad.
So day two, we had an A on day one. Day two was a blue L.
It was.
And that was hidden.
That was our C day.
Yes, and where was that one hidden?
That was on the table when I was pretending to drive the ship.
Yes,
the captain's.
Yes.
On the bridge tour.
Holland America invited us to the bridge to do a special tour and to be able to film the whole thing. And when we heard that, we knew right away that we were hiding that letter on that bridge. We knew that days in advance.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we hid it there. It was sitting there. We weren't sure how it was going to work, but we thought, I wonder if anybody will notice because the bridge tour was kind of exciting, and but it was right there in front of.
There was quite a few officers giving us sideways looks. Nobody stopped us and asked as they saw us pull out this little tiny wooden block and place it there. There was a few little raised eyebrows, but that was it.
Yeah, so that was letter number two. So at that point, you had an A and an L. We had some people saying they already knew the word, but a lot of people thought that it was Alaska until they realized that only had 6 letters. But we did get a couple of comments about Alaska at that point. So,
just a second.
What do I got? A hair?
You have a hair hanging off of you.
So day number 3, we were in Juneau.
We were.
And the letter was E. Remember where it was?
No.
This was a tricky one. This was a tricky one to film, actually.
So I do remember now.
We had it in the Rolling Stone rock room, and I'm going to show you here. I did, I think, at least 6 or 7 different takes because the lighting was so bad that we were convinced nobody would ever see the letter. And so I filmed it this way, I filmed it that way, and you're going to see right here that you can see there was a whole bunch of different efforts we made, and in the editing process I finally went through and found one that I thought people would be able to see. So so it was a tough one because the lighting was so bad, and it was tough to see that red E, and some of the lighting was funny at the Rolling Stone rock room, so it became a challenge for us just to get it. We almost gave up, in fact, that day.
Right.
But a lot of you got it, and it actually wasn't the toughest one of the 7 letters.
It really wasn't.
So day 4 we had a green R.
And we were in Skagway.
We were in Skagway. And what we do in Skagway?
we went to the Red Onion Saloon there.
Yes.
We had breakfast there, and that's where you found the letter. It was on my breakfast plate.
Yep, sitting right there. Yeah.
And the story behind that one is Mr. Canuck didn't even see me put it there. He was just filming away to me about being there and the thing, and he didn't even realize that I had the letter on the plate. And I said to him, "Did you film my plate?" He's like, "Yeah." But he didn't even realize the reason why I was asking him was I had placed the letter there.
And some people were so precise in their answer, they said it was right beside the biscuit and the reindeer sausage.
Oh, wow. Really? That is precise.
So, day number 5, I was very cold.
Oh, Glacier Bay Day.
It was raining, it was damp, it went right through you type of day.
And it was fine if you wore appropriate clothing, like many of you told me to do. So I had lots of clothing and I was fine.
Yes, and we couldn't get over to the glacier to go hide the letter on the glacier, so that wasn't an option.
No, it wasn't an option.
So instead that night, when we finally had warmed up and we were having a nice cozy dinner, there it was on the dining room table.
Right, that was formal night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So at this point, we had an A, L, E, and R.
Right.
And there were some people, I think, at this point were starting to guess what it ended up
What it
being.
was.
Yeah, so we haven't said what the word is yet. I'm sure 90 of you know what it is, but we'll add it all up at the end here. And really, we did intend at the beginning, we said A and L and E. We thought that'd be a real tough one to figure out what the word would be at that point. Those are pretty common letters.
Right, you can get lots of words with that.
But then, by the time we hit day 6 and we were in Ketchikan, then we had a C, and a lot of people had it by then.
The jig was up.
Yes, exactly. And I don't think I said on Glacier Bay what that letter was. We hit it in the main dining room.
Oh.
But that ended up being letter I. So we had an I, R, E, L, and A at that point. A lot of vowels. But yeah, then at Ketchikan we had a yellow C. Now that was what everybody said was the toughest one of the whole bunch.
And it was the toughest one in my opinion. I mean, so I preview the videos as Jerry's about to release them for all of you to view. And I watched the video and I went, "Where is the letter?" And he's like, "Come on, tell me you don't see it." Because at that point we were right at the end of the video and he had it right on his chest in his shirt.
Yeah, and I think at one point I thought that would be something we'd be able to put it somewhere on Creek Street in Ketchikan was kind of the thinking. But really, again, it was one of those days where there was so much going on that we really forgot. It was the very end of the night. And we had the letter thinking, we didn't hide the letter, what are we going to do with it? And I said, you know what, I'll just put it in my shirt. It kind of matches with my shirt.
It matched too well in my opinion.
And what I thought, this is going to be way too easy. But I think what fooled people is when we started the video, you'll notice here that when I was leaning in like this, you couldn't see the letter. So if you're watching our videos and you know that when we usually wrap things up at the end of the night, you probably thought, okay, we missed the letter somewhere else in the video. Because now they're doing their final spiel. We can't see it anywhere in the background. It must be missing. But then when I backed up, also became visible. But a lot of people at that point, I think, were kind of like, okay, we rewind, and they had kind of given up that they had missed it somewhere, but it was actually right there in front of them. And a lot of people, in fact, we got to the point where a few people were looking for hints because they were so desperate. They watched it 4 or 5 times.
We had a few people that messaged us and said, "Okay, I've watched it 5 times. I still can't find it. Give me a hint, please." Yeah. So we did.
So once the 90 of you figured out it was a C, then a lot of you at that point were thinking, we got the word. There's only one to go. So the last day was our last C day.
Our inside passage.
And Holland America gave us yet another opportunity to do a sneak peek at an area of the ship you normally can't see.
Right.
We were down and had a chance to visit the storage areas in the galley.
Yeah.
And we had the letter with us. Again, like the bridge, we thought, let's hide it somewhere here and see if we can squeeze it in. And when I saw cases of Crown Royal, it was meant to be.
Found home.
That's where the letter needed to go. So there we went. The G was sitting on top of the boxes of Crown Royal.
Right.
Like all of you saw, I think it was one of the easier ones. I'm sure you thought the same thing as, okay, Crown Royal, it's going to be somewhere in here.
Right.
It was. And that was the last letter to G, and that ended up spelling?
Glacier.
Glacier, yes. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we've reached that point now. We're going to take those 90 people, we put them on the big wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel around.
All right, let's see who the winner is.
You ready? So we're going to spin that wheel around, and here it goes. Around, around, and looks like the winner is Becky from San Diego.
Oh, congratulations, Becky.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so Becky has won the hat, and so the hat with the Cruising Canucks logo, the cap.
And the floaty tube.
Yes, exactly. So, and also we're going to give her access to the Discord server. So the same thing that Steven had won the first time around, the same prizes are available.
Right.
So yeah, Becky, if you're watching, we're gonna reach out to you and email you. We've got your information, and we'll let you know that you were the winner. So
For sure.
So sorry to the 89 other people that didn't get a chance.
Right.
But
maybe next time.
Next time is coming really soon. So we're going on an MSC cruise in a couple of days.
That's right. As we speak right now, there is a bag with all the letters in the suitcase getting ready to be hidden for our MSC Seaside.
We already know the letters. We even know the order that we're going to hide them in.
But we don't know where we're going to hide them
So
yet.
we'll figure that out because this is a brand new ship to us. We have no idea.
Yeah.
So, and the big news for this one is that the prize is going to be...
Well, actually, we can show the prize.
Yeah, this prize is coming up right here. It is going to be Level 8 is sponsoring it. And there will be a backpack from Level 8.
A
So,
level 8 backpack.
yes, so that will be the prize this time around. And so we're looking forward to that as well. So be sure to watch that vlog series. It's going to start coming out sometime right after we get back mid-September. And hopefully by the time we hit middle of October, we'll be ready to once again do this all over again with all of you.
Right.
So again, we just want to say thank you to everybody that entered.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
We love the support from all of you for watching our videos and entering the contest and all the feedback we get. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we're off to bed. We've got a cruise to get to.
Yes.
Hide some more letters.
All right.
And congrats again, Becky. We'll be in touch.